Many of our lives have been designed and patterned in a particular way because of two major things I'm going to talk about this afternoon. Hello, my name is Jennifer Dachoba, but my friends call me Nigo. Welcome to Nigo Inspirational. This afternoon, I want to talk to us about pattern. A pattern is a way a particular thing is patterned, and many of our lives have been designed and patterned in a particular way because of two major things I'm going to talk about this afternoon, and that's our family and our parents and the environment we grew up. I've been looking at my life lately, and I've been doing a research on myself to help me understand many things in my life that I do not understand, and some there were things I didn't understand where they came from. I didn't like some attitudes, some characters and behaviors that I saw in me, which was always repeating itself, but was not wasn't really what I wanted my life to be. And I decided to go on a research of myself, which is something I do every now and then, to research myself to know whether I'm on track. And in the course of my research, I've come to understand that many of the things that we do and many of the ways that our lives are patterned is according to the knowledge we have received from our parents, from our family members, and from the environment we grew up in. And because some of those things have become the norm, we feel and believe that that is the way those things ought to be. And as a result of that, many times when the new comes, we begin to resist the new because we feel the old pattern we are used to is the ideal way that things ought to be done. Take, for example, someone who knows a particular way of cooking, which may not be the right way of cooking a particular food, but because the person has been patterned that way to cook that way, if a new way of cooking, which is even better than the old, comes, the person may resist it because the parents have told him or her that this is the way it's supposed to be done, or the teacher in the school told that child or told that individual this is the way it's supposed to be done. So it's when the new comes, you find it difficult to receive the new because the old has become accustomed. You have gotten accustomed to the old, and so it's difficult for you to accept the new. But there are so many people in the world today who are dealing with issues that has kept them bound and has kept them stagnated in one place because they cannot move from where they are because they believe that the pattern they grew up with or they've been taught is the ideal way. And so even if a new way of doing things that is supposed to better their life comes, they are resistant towards it. And so it becomes a problem when you interact with such people. There's difficulty in making them understand that there is a better way of doing things. And so every day of our lives, some of us have missed opportunities. We've missed wonderful people who came into our lives because we did not give them room to bring the new, because we gotten used to a particular way of doing things. Sometimes some of those patterns we're even talking about is what people call generational curse. My family is under a generational curse because the family has gotten used to that way of doing things. They have become familiar with that thing has become a family spirit, and so everybody does it. And because the family passed it from one generation to another and it has become patterned in that family, everybody goes in that direction. For example, you may have a particular way of a pattern of talking in a family. Some families, when they talk, they are very aggressive, and they've been patterned that way. And when you try to make them understand that no, you don't have to scream, you don't have to be aggressive when you want to make a particular point known or a particular opinion known, they get offended, because that's the only norm that they know. So it's difficult for them to accept what you're saying, because they feel, what are you, this is the way, this is me. You can't tell me to just change overnight. This is me. Because all they knew, so that is the way their parents talk, that is the way their brothers talk. So everybody in that family is always aggressive. Meanwhile, that particular way of talking or approach can deprive you of many things in life. It can even stop you from getting a job. It can stop you even from getting married, because you meet someone, and because of your aggressive way of talking or approach, the person get turned off. So today I want to talk to us. I want every one of us to go back and sit down. You could pick a pen and a paper and look back on your life and look at the pattern of your family, that pattern in your family, and see, is this particular one correct? Is this particular one leading me in the right way that leads to a successful life, that leads me to a peaceful life, leads me to a joyful life? If you discover that this particular pattern that you see in your life or in your family is not a good one, you have the power to sit back and begin to unlearn, and then begin to learn a new pattern of way of doing things. Your life, you have the final say, you have the power to be able to turn around, to be able to change the course and the direction in which your life is going. So every one of us need to sit and understand ourselves. Know thyself. Know yourself. Research yourself, so that you can become better, so that you can live the life you are here to live, so that you can live your best life. But without you understanding yourself and understanding some of the patterns that your life has been patterned after, you will not be able to give your best. So today I'm here to ask us and help us to go back and understand that some patterns are not meant to be. Some patterns are not the ideal pattern that can lead you to a successful life. But because that's the only norm you know, that's the only thing you know, you find it difficult to let it go. But today I want you to know that if you do not let it go, it's going to deprive you of many things. I'm working on myself now, and I'm understanding some of the things that are in my life, some of the patterns that are in my life that I thought were the right thing. There's this pattern in my life. I don't know who I picked it from, maybe my environment or my parents or my family members. I have this. I used to believe that everybody I come in contact with has to think the way I think. They have to do things the way I do things. Everybody has to be straight. Everybody has to be like me. And I grew up believing that everybody has to be like that. Everybody has to be perfect. Everything has to be in place. But we people are different. Everybody cannot be like me. But I've begun to understand. I went back and I sat down and I began to research, and I began to understand that I picked that pattern somewhere along the way from someone, from a member of my family, someone in my lineage. And I'm beginning to unlearn that part of me to help me understand that everybody is not like me. People are different. I'm beginning to understand diversity because I decided to sit back and research. Today I'm here to encourage everyone to go back and do something about the understanding of patterns that they have. So everyone go back. You can do that. You can look back on yourself or at your life and take maybe just go back and begin to do that research on yourself, and you will understand that every one of us, we are different, and every one of us is working according to what we have been patterned to, and those patterns can be changed. Those patterns, you can unlearn them and begin anew, and then you can live your best life. Thank you very much. If you enjoy this video, please subscribe to my YouTube channel for more videos, and I believe that you're going to enjoy yourself as the days go by. So feel free to subscribe to this channel, and if you like it, give us a thumbs up. Thank you very much.